Okay, we just ended, exited executive session, and now we're gonna take up item 4C, discussion regarding financing fire. Hello. Oh, you can leave that open now. We were just in executive session. Now we're out of it. Okay, we are hoping to make some decisions here tonight on how we're gonna go about financing fire trucks. We have a few questions, a couple of different balls in the air. Are we correct in assuming that the discount, if we prepay either 175 or 50, has nothing to do with the lease purchase? I mean, how we finance it is not related to that at all, correct? Okay, so I think we have made a decision. I'm not sure, we need to discuss this, but we did discuss it with our attorney. We've sort of done the numbers on what we have invested and what the discount would be if we, and I think we've decided, correct me if I'm wrong, that we're not going to take advantage of the discount. I think that's true. Yeah, I agree. That it actually is financially to our benefit to leave our money invested. This is of course assuming interest rates.
Actually, go back on that. If you did the lease purchase, they would count that money there. They would give us up front, and you would get discounted part of that. But you still be financing it. What was that? 3.9%.
Right. So the next big question was, or not a big question, but the next big question was, do we want to go with a lease purchase or traditional borrowing? We have found that if we go with traditional borrowing, we can borrow money from our bank without a bond counsel spending up to $1 million, which is far more than we need.
Yeah.
And right now, if we close today with the bank versus the lease purchase, it would be about a percentage interest point lower than the lease purchase. So, but we can't borrow with the bank now. We'd have to wait. And so the risk there is there's interest rate could be considerably higher. Whereas if we did the lease purchase, it's our understanding we could lock in today, but
Basically, you can lock in this, and I talked to Mark that does our tax leasing today. And it said, as long as we have the paperwork and everything signed and we have the performance bond and all that stuff done, lock in at this 3.9 by the 19th is fine.
Okay,
But
so that's an extension, if you will.
Yeah. But if we have that all paperwork done.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
everything, right?
yeah. And then the adjustment, if we don't have it done, there'd be a slight adjustment, which I suppose could be either up or down, but.
He just said that if he was going to quote this, he quoted this like a month ago.
Yeah.
He said if he was quoted today, it'd be like 4.25.
Yeah, okay. So, and then the other question that we have is, there's nothing saying that if we want to go the lease purchase route, that we actually have to close on this deal now. We could wait and do it when we need the money.
Right.
Now I realize we're at risk that the interest rate could be 11%. But am I correct in that assumption?
Right. I mean, the only thing about doing it now through them is you could get a discount, right? If they give us that money as a prepayment.
Okay, because the documents say they escrow.
Right. So, but they give it to us. They put an escrow account at E1.
Ah,
So,
and then you get a performance bond on
Yeah.
that.
yes.
Okay. Okay.
So
We didn't have that piece.
Right. So if Cal plant gets wiped out by a hurricane or tornado, all that stuff, your money is safe. We give it back to you. You guys go to grant
Yeah.
X, Y, Z.
Okay. And then how does the payment, if we did do the lease purchase, how does the payment schedule work? There's no draft payment schedule in his. Let's just say we close on the fifth, on the whatever the date was, the 15th. the 19th.
So next year on, was August or September 15th, your payment, first payment would be due.
August,
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And you do a year from when we
Yeah.
close. That's what I
It's
thought.
in every year.
So it's not when we take the equipment.
No,
Okay, and our money that we have on hand in our reserve account, that just stays with us. We
Yes.
don't have to, if we choose not to.
no, you're still getting interest on the money. in your
Right,
account.
so if we choose not to, we can just keep that here and you just, okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any other questions? Does that cover the one we had, or
Did you have a question on it?
Oh.
You decided to
prepay?
prepay?
Yeah,
There
there's
is-
nothing in, we couldn't find anything in the lease set.
There is anywhere from a 2 to 3% penalty on the principal. So what was left of the principal, that's coming from Mark from tax please, if I asked that question today.
Okay, because I don't see
Yeah.
that in here at all.
Right. And he says, once the all paperwork out, that'll be all in there. And so,
Okay, so there's a 2 to,
3% on the principal.
on the outstanding principal. So if someone dropped $1 million on us 4 days after we closed, it would be on the entire amount. If it happened, if we decided, which is more likely in the last year, that we want to pay this off a year ahead of time, it would just be on what that last year's.
Yeah.
Okay. We have anything else, guys? And is it equal payments annually?
That's what it's broke out here. And Mark said, once they get the whole contract together, they'll show that.
Yeah, so we're trying to make a decision which way to go, so it's hard, so it is equal payment. And there's no, at this point, so the decision on the number of payments, is there any limitations on that? I mean, is that totally up to us? Can we do,
You can do 5 years, 7 year, or 10 year.
okay, so there is limitations. We have, the three options are 5, 7, and 10. Okay, that helps. Kind of thinking 7 anyway, right? Wasn't that sort of balance out roughly what we were contributing? Okay. Discussion, thoughts? Want to deal with the discount of our money first? Whether or not we want to put our money in towards the discount?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I don't think we need a motion to do something we're not gonna do. Right.
I mean, I would keep your money in your banks and.
Yeah, I think
Just
it's,
on it and just use their money.
Yeah.
To gain benefit on the prepayment.
okay, so I guess the next question is, do we wanna go with the, and this is the biggie, do we wanna go with the lease purchase versus the borrowing? And if we do wanna go with the lease purchase, do we wanna do it now? It strikes me that the only advantage of going with the lease purchase is to lock in the rate now, because I assume if it's higher now, it's gonna be higher a year from now when they're both higher, so.
I mean, and that's how I think we have to go with the lease purchase and lock it in now. Because I can't imagine a scenario where the interest rates are gonna go down.
Okay,
Yeah, I
and,
agree with that.
and you agree with that, and you thinking a 7-year term?
Yes.
Do you want to make that a motion?
I would make a motion that we approve the lease purchase agreement for.
Yeah, and do we have the correct amount here? There, no, we with that, we probably should have the amount in the motion, I would think, right? Well, actually, because he needs an exact amount.
Right.
But it may not end up being, we may not need exactly that, because we don't know what the interest payments are gonna be on our money. It could be a few bucks off, but that's okay, I guess. So do you have the article? I have it. Sorry, I don't have this committed to memory. That was 438, 683. Is that the number you and the guys had?
Or,
The amount of the lease purchase?
we have 8. Yeah, 47.
How much?
On,
Oh, that's the total amount though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we only
Oh,
need to borrow, we only need to borrow 438, 683. Okay, so, yeah, this is a, we wouldn't borrow, we wouldn't lease purchase the money that we have on hand. So, and Terry, you're still in agreement with that number, 438?
Yep. You mean to look at the article?
Huh?
You have the
Yeah, we've
article?
gone through it several times, so, okay, so you want to make that a 438? 438, 683.
138, 683.
For a term of 7 years. And to execute you don't need to put in the motion, but the intent would be we execute the document now to save, to lock in the interest rate at 3.9, assuming we get the paperwork. All.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, and you seconded it or no?
I'll second that, yeah.
Okay, further discussion? I'm actually gonna vote against this. But not because I'm strongly opposed to it, I just, I'm not as convinced as you are that the interest rates are gonna be higher, and something about, doing business with the local. And I don't like the idea that it's a dispute, we have to litigate it in New York.
Well, I mean, having said that, I think we're gonna end up, what we've looked at so far in the agreement is a draft agreement. And we're gonna look at it, our legal will look at it, and they come back with some red lines.
Yeah, well, she took a first cut at it. But
But she said she would look at it much
Right, and we don't have all the attachments filled out and all that stuff, so, yeah. So once we have a complete package, then we'll have to do well, that's a good point. So this is sort of a preliminary approval. We're not exactly
Pending legal.
pending on the legal review and all the paperwork being filled out and stuff like that, okay. And pending on your side too, maybe we'll come back with lousy credit.
They are one of our red lines that are unacceptable.
Yeah, exactly, so, okay, further discussion? All,
then you always have the backup going to your bank or.
yeah, if we decide not to do it, but at this point, we're gonna have you prepare the paperwork with all the schedules and everything, and then we'll have our attorney take one last look at it. Hopefully it'll be good, and,
I'll follow up with Mark in the morning, obviously,
Yeah.
suppose now, but in the
Yeah.
morning and, with Chris and.
okay. And the intent would be that the 483 would go to you with it, and we would get a discount on that, whatever that is, so it's not 100%.
Right.
Okay, further discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? Okay, all right, we're done.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Huh?
Good for you too.
Goodness.
He's staying out of
The
this.
truck's on order. He's gonna see it in a year and a half.
Trucks.
Trucks.
All right. Is there a
Thank you,
motion-
guys.
Thank you.
is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Further discussion? All those in favor? Shut off the tape.